Hello and welcome back to the course in Forex trading. In today's tutorial, we will discuss how to trade fundamental news. Now, we're going to look at an example of what we saw for the non-farm and unemployment news that came out on the first Friday of December 2014. So I've got a snapshot of the chart that we were looking at in the previous tutorial right in front of me here. And as you can see, we saw a huge drop in the euros dollar currency pair once the news was released at 8:30 a.m. New York time. And so this massive spike, how would we go about trading it if we're waiting for it and if we're watching the news? Well, in generally speaking, or conceptually speaking, the method is quite simple. So what you would do, first of all, is you would obviously look at the news. You would figure out when your important piece of news is coming out, or a piece of news that you think will be important. And then if you have some sort of predictions on whether it's going to be beneficial or detrimental for the currency, then you would open a buy or sell order just before the news comes out, so somewhere over here. But in most cases, you cannot predict what the news will be. A lot of the time, we don't know if the news is going to be beneficial or detrimental for the currency pair, and therefore there is actually there's a strategy that allows you to make a profit in either case. So what this strategy implies is you wait for just before when the news comes out, so maybe 1 or 2 minutes before, and normally if it is important news, then the markets will consolidate and there won't be any sporadic movements in the market, so everybody will be like quieting down and waiting for the big rush that's going to come just now. And so 1 or 2 minutes before the news comes out, you should set two stop orders. So a buy stop order somewhere over here above the current price and a sell stop order below the current price. And so what that will do is, as soon as the news comes out, currency pair will jump either up or down. And as you saw in the previous tutorial, it just goes that way without moving backwards. So it just there's no retracements in that movement, just keeps going for that 1 minute or 2 minutes in that one direction. So that means that your buy stop order or sell stop order will be triggered, and the currency will just go plowing straight through it and keep going in that same direction. And that way it will actually reach your take profit, which should be maybe 10, 20, 30 or 40 or whatever number of pips that you think the currency pair will travel in that movement. And so that in essence is a very reliable way or quite a reliable way to trade currency pairs, because you will pick up the movement whichever way it goes. So you're just waiting for an impulse, up or down, doesn't matter. And you're setting a take profit, like a conservative 50 pip take profit, and you're very likely to get it. So that's in theory, but in practice there is one major drawback. When news like this happens and the markets are going crazy, most brokers will have trouble actually executing your order. So even though the price has reached the sell stop or buy stop, well, in this case it would have been the sell stop over here. So because the markets are going crazy and the prices change so quickly, your broker might not even execute it. And even though the price has reached the sell stop and even past the sell stop, your sell stop might not even be opened yet. And more so, when the price reaches your take profit, the order might have problems closing. And so in order to implement these strategies, you do have to find a reliable broker that can guarantee you execution of your orders and their respective stop losses or take profits. So basically that means that the choice of broker is a very important part of your trading, especially if you're planning on trading fundamental signals, be careful of that. Choose your broker wisely. What I can do is recommend my review of brokers, which is at www.forexpo.com/brokers. Those are the brokers that I use predominantly for algorithmic trading, but they have proved to be reliable through my experience, and maybe that's a good point for you to start investigating what is a good broker for your trading. But otherwise, I wish you good luck with your trading if you are trading fundamental trading. It can be very profitable, and hopefully you'll be able to master it. I look forward to seeing you on the next tutorial, and until then, happy trading.